Alright, we should be good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of IRL Division 2 here now from the Mexico City circuit, from the land of the dead, Mexico City, Tierra de los Muertos, to be precise in Spanish. And alongside me here for the sixth round of this season, I have my co-commentator. You know him well. I think one of the most popular people in the server. Here's Shadow Sword.
Hey Deepix, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. To quote Malav, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone watching this stream across India's one time zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have global representation, you know. We have some global Indians, so it does still ring true what he says. Otherwise, I would troll him heavily for it. Just like I'm trolling his deciding to race with like a 10-second pre-warning. So, I mean, he did sweat this out in his my team did Malav, as he is out on track right now earlier. So that we will not forgive his performances if he does badly, and we won't praise him if he does well. That's the double-edged sword.
Honestly, I think Malav's quick compared to the grid that's around him. I think he could probably pull something out of the hat and give us a great race here, unless he pushes someone into the pits again.
That would just be. I don't even know how you would do that in Mexico, but yeah, I mean, Malav makes the impossible into a possibility. And now coming back to the more serious matters at hand, we are now, this race officially will be more than halfway through this championship, just 11 races, and if we look at the points table right now, it is Redstone Dub who still leads by just 5 points to Sid Venkatesh, who is just 4 points ahead of Yash Gosalia, and the top 10 in this division, or the top 9 I think, top 9 are separated by 25 points. So
wow,
a race win and a DNF for everyone in the top 8 would mean that Ace, who is currently in 9th, would lead this championship or be tied on points with Redstone Dove. It is ridiculously close, and it is Redstone Dove on a lap right now of this circuit. A lot of traffic here though. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get a clean lap off right now. Look how many cars in the middle sector there on that track map. This is definitely. This is why we like D2 though. It's so open. You never know who's gonna win. And as Kagan Singh said, the 17 dead, that is the first lap. On softs, I think he was on the race run.
I mean, maybe he's even trying to get in some practice.
That Yash Gosalia sits at 15-7. Yeah, and what can Redstone do as he crosses the line? It was 15-6.
Wow.
That's a 10 quicker there.
I think that's a pretty good time, honestly. Yeah. I think that's a great banker he's got in there. I'm surprised that not more people are qualifying on the mediums we fix. What do you think about strategy and how would you approach qualifying here?
I think as this game has gone on, like towards the beginning of the game cycle, I think a lot of the guys would have just gone mediums, but I think now with this late into this game cycle, a lot of people know how conserving tires works really, and so that does give the softs a bit more of a even footing in terms of strategy. And it's a short track, but it is really difficult to get close to someone. Overtaking, not that much of an issue. You have those long back straights with insane slipstream, so that is a possibility. But the tires, if you wear out, you cannot catch up to the 1 second that you need, and that it make it very difficult for people to get a foothold into this.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't know if you've noticed, but like on tracks like Mexico and Jeddah, like after a section where you lose a lot of downforce following another car, like for example in the S section here or in the S section in Jeddah, they usually put a little short DRS straight at the end just so you can catch back up a little and still keep your advantage going into the main straight. So I think it's honestly quite a good track.
The spinner, Suraj is fun.
Oh.
Very weird place to spin. Has he forgotten that this isn't a... I think I know what must have happened. He's forgotten this isn't practice. He's trying to flick the car back to the pits.
Oh, he's lucky to not get disqualified.
Yeah, he's very lucky. I'm glad I caught that. That is the noob moment of the week so far.
I guess Shah successfully pulled it off in a race recently, so reversing into the pits isn't that much of a taboo.
And Ethan Braganza says hello, Italian.
Oh, good evening,
Hope you're
Ethan.
watching.
How are you doing?
Look at this Ferrari tandem offense going on here.
I wonder what there is, because Tane was an AI, so I really wonder what they're doing.
Yeah, and there's so many cars here.
Yeah,
Okay,
you were saying that.
HVP, our weather expert, we have our weatherman, and I'm getting word from him that it is a dry race throughout. So,
Okay, let's pray that it continues
yeah,
the
for
dry weather
once, and
tomorrow.
please let it rain in D1 for once, guys.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no, no, thank
Nah,
you.
Shadow, you don't want it until you want it. I don't know whether that
So
sounded
we'll
right,
fix.
but I'm gonna
I
act
know
like
for
it
a
did.
fact that in the wet, I'm a stone. I'm just a big rock on the track, and I'm not gonna do well if it rains. So hopefully the weather continues over the weekend, and D1's also blessed with a nice dry race. But yeah, now we can
Meanwhile,
actually see
look at
on
how many
Sven.
cars are in the last sector. Was it this one
Oh
car
my
that's in
god!
the middle that is in the
Why
middle
are they not
sector?
leaving gaps?
Look
I
at
don't.
this. Abhi has just, I think he's masterminded a brilliant gap for himself here. I don't know how he's done this, but that is. Look at
So
him, he's
Sid is
completely
sitting
alone.
right behind easy level bot. I think he's pretty much compromised the start of his lap
And look
just to
at
get
it
a little bit of
behind
gap.
Sid as well. I think that is Malav. So these guys are just compromising each other's laps. I don't know what's happening today. It's a short track, but there are escape roads, so I don't see why the field is so
Oh, Sid is
bunched
so
up.
slow. Malav is.
He won't be happy. He won't be happy. But meanwhile, all of the top 8 right now are have pit and vintage plate. I just noticed doing a 17.3 was that is on mediums. So that is a very good lap. And let's see. He's going for another one. He's already done 2 laps on this tire though. And this is one of those tracks where the mediums do wear a bit far more aggressively than they normally do. I think he'll pit
Let's hope.
anyway because he's
Let's hope that he's
invalidated
just
his lap.
getting some. Yeah, let's hope he's just getting some practice. But yeah, he's gonna pit.
Meanwhile, Cafe
Because
Racer Shabazz has also invalidated his lap. Tanay Singh on a valid lap now. He's watching through the last few corners. This last corner is a very tricky traction zone. It doesn't appear like it, but the car wants to spin here. And the way he's driving, he might be on a race run. Yeah, he has a lot of fuel on his car. He's like 7 laps of fuel. It's only 10 minutes left in quali, so I don't think he'll have to end that run pretty soon if he wants position.
yeah. Oh, Yash Gosalia's AI is on the track. It seems.
Arjun Grewal says RK7. Okay.
Oh yeah, he knows. Oh my God, what is going on with Yash? Okay, his car just stopped on track.
And Yash?
I was
Okay,
just gonna
what
say.
is that?
Yeah,
I don't know. Wait, is anybody,
his
is
car's
a
parked
car,
on track.
is a car crossing through that section? Let's watch it from that viewpoint. Trying to get a
He's
angle on
literally
this.
just parked on the exit of the second corner or the third corner.
And then
Oh,
disqualified
he's
from session. Was he
Yep.
like, oh, that is a big blow to him because he's in this championship fight. And now his
Yep.
teammates already on pole position. We all know how hammer and tongs this has gotten this whole season. He's
Yeah,
chopping
oh
at
my
each other's throats.
No, that's good. Redstone's gonna be so happy he doesn't have Yash right behind him.
Yeah, but Shadow,
Honestly.
I think if you have been a constant watcher of D2 this season, you'll know that it is so swings and roundabouts in terms of which Mercedes driver has the momentum. Even throughout the course of every like 10 laps, it keeps changing. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess because both of them are quite quick over one lap, but
yeah, but the
in the race they do
randomness
make
of
their
D2
mistakes.
is such that who has the advantage? You never really know. It's just who crosses the line ahead at this
That's what
point.
makes D2 so fun to watch because crazy stuff goes down. There's laughs, there's
Goggins.
drama, and it's
Alright,
always a good
let's
time. And
compare laps now. Gagan Singh in third and Redstone Dub in first. Redstone is a bit ahead of him. Let's compare their sector times. As he comes through, this is a very tricky zone to not invalidate in. He's gonna try as hard as he doesn't take any curve there, and there's Gosalia's car, and Redstone has backed off for some reason.
yeah, he was slow on the first sector.
Yeah, I think he's missed the. I think he's missed
so
the braking zone.
the Redstone has set a benchmark of a 28.5 in sector 1, a 27.8 in sector 2, and a 19.
Let's see what Gagan Singh can do. Can he improve? Now this is for P2. But of course, Shadow, the type of track this is. P2 might be the most disadvantageous P2 of the season as he 15.8. So he's still not beaten Restaurant Dove on his. Maybe he was using that lap to get rid of the fuel because the game does give you a lot of fuel to start laps in
That
Mexico.
is true. But also it could be setup related because Gagan Singh is, I think, a couple tenths quicker or 1/10 quicker in the first sector than
Now
Redstone, but
let's
he
see. Now
loses it
Redstone is
all.
on an actual lap. I would believe he is. I do see his battery depleting on his steering wheel. Yeah, so he is up by a tenth. I think he just needs to put some safe laps in. I think he's pretty much got this as long as he can keep the car on the track. I mean, Anton Hypos as well on a lap. Following Redstone Derp. Pratham, his second race in IRL now. He is P9 right now, and the entire top 10 shadow is on softs. So there's no variation
You
right
know, it's
now.
funny because Gosalia would have been a cool P3 or P2 on those mediums, but he's
Yeah,
gone
and
and got
Redstone's lost
himself
sometimes in the
disqualified.
middle sector. Maybe that's just his tires giving out. Ooh, he hits that curve violently. Has that cost him time. Now as he come through this last section, nice short shift there. It probably gains him a lot of time. And if any of his competitors are watching,
Oh, he's in the pits.
and he's in the pits and he breaks the ball out for good measure. What a guy.
I think
I
he's
hate those
probably happy
bollards.
with this lap.
Side note, side tangent. I hate those bollards, so it's good that he got rid of them.
Yeah,
Um,
especially because the physics is so bad on them. When you hit them,
yeah.
they just kind of fly upwards directly
Yeah.
in
And Abdul
straight
Samad's
line.
retired, and my youngest crashed. He was on
Oh,
course to get that lap into P2 and he has crashed. The first commentator curse of the weekend. As soon as I was spectating him, and now it's all down to Suraj again. This Aston Martin team, can they keep it out of a wall for God's sake? This season, this whole season, it's always been one of them crashing.
well, that's
Oh,
really unfortunate. But Mayank has put himself in a good
and
position
when Pratham
right
went
now.
P4 in all of this, it's his
Yeah, I
second
have to
race in
say,
IRL.
yeah,
That is a
Pratham.
very good
I mean,
time.
he's done a few races
Oh, and meanwhile,
in F1.
Abhi from out of nowhere, he's put a lap on me. Is that lap on mediums? Yes, it is a lap on mediums. That is put 10th.
Oh,
That's a
11th now.
very
So
solid lap. Oh,
Suraj had
and
to
he's
back
got.
out of his lap, by the way. So
Yeah,
that's it for
he did
Suraj,
back
I
out me.
believe.
Easy level, what? Only 10th right now. Normally would expect him to be higher up, but maybe he's just biding his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's only
Yes, I think
one lap,
he's.
remember. It's not who stays first for the longest in qualifying, it's who stays first at the end.
That's very much true. I think everyone's just waiting for the track at the end when it's at its best state. So let's see. I will say that
And
it's
Nova
going
West,
to be
meanwhile,
really
finally
interesting.
sharing the stream link, so finally doing some work for the channel in which he's a steward in. Um, so yeah, Cafe Racer Shabazz now finally gonna put in a representative lap. Where will this put him? It was 17-2. I think he should have cut across the inside of that line there, or that start finish. It would have gained him like half a tenth.
But that's
But
not a bad lap at all from the
yeah, that
GT
is not a
Sport
bad lap
driver
at all.
who's.
This goes to show how fast even D2 is getting. Um,
Yeah, that's
with
true.
what we're seeing. Mina Redstone out for another lap. I think I know why he doesn't want to start on one softs. I think for his sake, he just got to put a safe lap time in. I think he has a couple of tenths over the rest of the field, and when you have that sort of advantage, you can. I won't say take it easy, but you can take lesser risks.
Yeah,
And like
that's true.
Binotto says, it's not risk, it's innovation. So he has to take more innovative lines.
I think there's a lot of room for that here. Let's see what he can do.
And meanwhile, now that we are in a bit of a lull period, Shadow, what do you have to say about the new cars?
I
The
think
new
the
ones
new
that were unveiled
cars.
this week so far. I think the Williams was this week as well, if I'm not wrong. And there's the Ferrari and the Mercedes today. Now, some
Yes.
people on the server think Ferrari have messed this up because their car doesn't resemble the Mercedes. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that was a hilarious comment. But I will say I don't know. Who knows at this point? With the new underbody downforce that's going to be so important.
Yeah,
And
all I know is this shows how much faith people have in Mercedes. We never get anything wrong when they're just asking people that they make copies of their car. And vintage plate, is that an actual purple middle sector? I doubt it, but maybe. And now Pratham going on mediums, so that is a bit of a weird way to do it. But so many people on out laps. And it's again Sea Shadow, Redstone backing off of this first lap. So
well,
that is definitely his tactic.
yeah, I think that is a
Where
honestly a
vintage
move.
player goes fourth with a 16.148. Mayank still staying P3, despite the fact that he crashed almost 3 minutes ago now.
I think he set a great time. I think it's good enough for the top six. Let's see. There are a lot of quick drivers that are out of position. Easy level bot, oxidized rage.
Yeah,
Tanay
and
Singh
now a
has got
lot of those
something.
guys are on laps. I hope they don't hold each other up like last time. Um,
Yeah.
Let me search for any news on what possibly happened to Yash Gosalia.
He's probably raging about it in the chat.
Yeah, apparently he got
I don't doubt
disqualified for
that.
doing nothing. I remember this happening in D2 last season, a couple of seasons ago as well, where you'll just randomly take a corner and then the game will stop you.
No, so
It
I
will
watched
stop
what
your car.
happened. Basically, he disconnected coming out of the pits, and his AI for some reason just went and parked the car on
Yeah,
the
and
exit of the
that
turn
is
3.
very weird. But on speaking of Yash Gosalia's red turned up now,
What's
and Gagan
vintage?
Singh's not even going out. So does that mean that he is done for quali? He's happy with P2. The redstone now. He was slower through that first sector. So has it like devolved?
Do you
Is
think?
the
I don't know. I think maybe they're
drivers can't find
confrontational.
time now towards the end of the session? I don't know whether track devolution is a thing in this game, but I think someone who needs to improve is Vintage Player on his already lap, because he's done 3 laps to get that one lap on softs, which is
Oh,
definitely not recommended.
definitely not. The wear here is so high
And
that
meanwhile, easy level, but finally he goes P3, and now Redstone up. What can he do? He's 2 tenths up, so definitely I think he just was taking it safe through sector 1, not trying to invalidate. What does he do? He's such a 15-5 to 8, and he definitely backed off a bit in the last sector as well. And but that is the advantage he had. He had the luxury. He doesn't need to push. He knows
yeah,
that
I think he's
anything,
comfortable.
yeah, bar anything dangerous or unforeseen happening, he's probably got it in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. His pace looks stellar compared to the rest, but
Yeah,
I want to say
Suraj.
Gagan Singh also. There's so many drivers in this division that have really shown so much improvement. Like
Yeah, and I
you remember
hope.
Gagan's first race with Gagan
Yeah,
fans
and
rise.
yeah, Gagan, where are the Gagan fans? He needs
Where
you
are the
right
Gagan
now.
fans? Yeah, Gagan's rising and the fans are nowhere to
Yeah,
be found.
Gagan Singh, if I remember last time from Mexico, he had a very good qualifying in last season's IRL.
Oh,
But then
did he?
his race went down 4 ways to Sunday. I don't know whether that's the saying or not, but
Oh,
don't correct me
Suraj
on it.
P2.
And
Wow, what a
Suraj
lap!
puts it P2. What a lap!
What a
What a
lap!
lap!
Yeah,
But Suraj
representing
needs to
Bombay right
convert.
there.
He is at the place where Redstone Dup was last season. He needs to convert these good qualifyings into a good race result. Otherwise, it's no use putting a car this
That
high
is
up the
true.
grid. It is an
But
incredible lap, though.
he is
Meanwhile,
definitely in the
Anton
best
Hyper's
position.
on a lap. He is currently P7. Where can he put this charging bull? This we can probably broadcast this as probably Red Bull's footage of their preseason testing, because that's how much we've seen. And he goes peace. Oh, his lap was invalidated. Meanwhile, the
That's
only driver on the lap right now is Pratham. Let's see where he can put this. He is P8 right now, but just
oh, and invalid.
oh no, oh
Commentators
no,
ghost
what's
right there.
happening? What's happening?
Sid is Ace is also on the lap. I
Sid's
think
on a
he's up.
lap, but Sid's on mediums. 15, 60. Oh my god, what a violent crash!
You just commentators curse is real today.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
everyone is just, oh my god. So I think that's it. Unless Ace can do something.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, but he goes
Sid
P7. 40,000 ahead of Sid Kulkarni, 48,000 ahead of Anton Hypers, and 81,000 ahead of Pratham, who is so further. It's just a tenth and a half. Not even that. Between P7 to P11 and strategic pole, that way goes to Tanay Singh in
Wow,
P11.
this
And
grid is so tight.
that was a
I'm
very,
excited to see.
that was a very
It's
exciting
gonna
qualifying towards the end. Sid's car there made it a bit more exciting than it probably should have been, but yeah. And everyone did it on soft shadow. The only man who didn't do it on soft was the Sid Venkatesh.
well, and Yashu got disqualified.
Nova, please don't mention whether you thought it was a second quicker or slower, which is like ambiguity. And now let's run you through the grid order then. Redstone top another pole position in first. Suraj in second. Teammate from last season Gagan Singh in third. Israel bought fourth. Mayank fifth. That he crashed. He probably had a much better time than that to set. Unfortunate for his crash. Vintage player in 6 on those older tires. Ace in 7th. Sid Kulkarni 8th. Anton Hyper's 9th. Pratham rounds of the top 10. And then we have Tanay Singh on strategic pole in 11th. Abhi 12th. Oxidized 13th. Cafe Racer 14th. Sid V 15th. The only man who tried to put a fast lap on mediums at the end. Deadly Mosquito 16th. Manav 17th. Abdul Samad 18th. And Yash Kosario unfortunately got disqualified. That is the great. And Gagan Singh's PS has crashed Shadow Kusen. Can you send him an invite or has the entire lobby crashed?
Oh,
Hopefully
the
not.
lobby seems okay. I will
Yeah.
send him an invite once the loading screen's done.
No, no, yeah. I'm just not going. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. And I like how you think that it just shows how much D2 is improved. That you think it's only half a second between P1 and P2. And I didn't know you could do a 14.0 because you will be racing in Div 1 tomorrow, and I will make sure of it.
Is Nova racing tonight? Later?
I don't know, and those are different leagues, so shouldn't talk about them here.
It was just a
Those I will get a sounding
abstract.
off later for it, and my pay will be cut. The meager amount that they pay me anyway. They pay
Yeah, your
Malav
pay will
massive.
be
They pay
infinitely decreased.
Malav mass sacked way more than this.
Yeah, yeah. You'll have to start paying the league when
Yeah,
your pay decreases.
it's called paid promotions for a reason.
Yeah, but I
Anyway,
guess the
thoughts about the bigger league aside, let's go and look at the
oh,
running order.
okay, right,
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah, it's fine. Have you sent him an invite, by the way, Shadow?
Yes, I
I
have.
don't want our race
I
start to be
I
muddled.
hope he can join. I hope he can join during the
Yeah, he does have this formation. Like, he
TFC.
is here now. Let's hope he doesn't disconnect again. Now,
Okay, so the only
what
people
is the
who have
tire situation? Can you run us
yeah, the
through it?
only people who have chosen the mediums are Tanay Singh in P11, Abhi in P12, and Sidvi in P15. Everyone else is on softs other than Malav, who's decided to go on the hards, going for the ultra alternate strategy. I
Yeah.
think that might be the best thing to do, honestly. I think Malav might be looking good if he can keep up his pace and get through the carnage.
One thing I've said in races is that a race, it's typically also you have to consider the human element here, because in a GP mode session, if you run, you know that the AI are probably always outside the top 10, they're always going to run mediums, and inside the top 10 they're always going to be on softs, but that's not like that in a league race. Sometimes the AI doesn't, sometimes humans don't run what you want the AI to run, and that can affect your strategy. I see a lot of people on softs right now, so I don't think typically it would be an advantageous strategy, as the meta has gone in Mexico recently, to go to start on any tire that's not the softs. But since
You
so many
think?
people are on softs, it could change. It could now go back to the
No,
medium tire runners because
and
the
more
softs
than
guys are
that,
all going to be battling with each other.
yeah, more than that, I also think that a lot of guys are gonna go for the two-stop here.
Yeah,
I really do feel so. I think Malav is actually in a great position as long as he can keep up his pace. I hope
yeah,
he's
and
got some
not get any
practice.
damage. Also.
Yes, that's the most
Anyways, guys,
important
as
thing.
we round up, the leader goes to the stadium section. Podium predictions in the chat. Let's make it happen. Who knows, Shadow might give you a few bags of a certain substance for doing this, getting these predictions correctly.
That's true, but I think the podium for me is I think gonna be Malav, easy level bot, and Suraj.
Oh, that is a brave one. I don't know whether you can take control at the start. If you can't take control now, probably should be. But I think Tane is gonna have to a lot. He's gonna have to basically. This is the last to first now for him, because he's not gonna get control until a certain point in the lap.
You
But
mean
regardless
Gagan?
of that, yes, Gagan. Sorry for confusing
Yeah.
the sings.
Yeah.
And now, meanwhile, we wait with bated breath. Give me a good camera angle. Yes, finally. 3, 4, 5, red lights. Lights out and away we go. It looked like a good start for Suraj. No, it's in fact not a good start for Suraj. It's Gagan Singh who is in control of his car, who gets the best start as predicted from P3 at Redstone Dubs. And the important thing here, he's kept his lead. Ooh, there's some archie barchie going on between that McLaren and a Williams there. What is gonna happen? They all come cleanly through turn one. No, casualties that I see yet. Although these guys are going very slowly at the back.
Shabazz.
What's
Shabazz
happened
has
there?
turned around, I
A
think.
lot of cars in
Yes.
them. Does anyone have damage?
I don't think Shabazz has damage. I
And there's
think he
already a
just...
6 second gap between first and where Malav is in 14. They're battling hammer and tongs there. But brilliant start from Redstone. As a leader, he had to get that clean getaway. He had to keep the guys behind on that long straight, and he has done just that. Now, can he run away with this? Meanwhile, where is Yash Gosalia? He is in P13. He started on soft, so he wants to get these overtakes done quickly and then worry about strategy implications later on in this race.
Yeah, I think
Meanwhile,
Yash is going to be hyper aggressive. He's going to be one to watch coming.
yeah, and he knows. But if I was someone
Singh
here who's
already out of Redstone's DRS,
yeah,
I think Redstone is
I think Gagan Singh's made a mistake
very
here
quick.
because he was within a second, and I think the dirty air just pulled him back a bit.
Yeah,
Gagan Singh,
something is
Suraj, these
right.
guys were teammates last season, if you remember. And if you remember what happened when they were teammates, you definitely know why I'm getting excited. Why I'm
I
giddy.
don't remember, but Suraj is also out of Gagan's DRS, so it looks like
Yeah,
the
I mean,
top two are kind
I
of...
think these guys are gonna have to play the patient game now. Now the drama of the race start, pretty drama-free race start, I must say, for Mexico standards. I was definitely expecting some bits
Oh,
of
Delhi
car.
Mosquito is in the pit, so he probably picked up some damage. So I guess
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
some
he does have a wing
surprise.
change going on right there. Now, who do we focus on? It feels quite spread. Tane,
Ratham is kind of
and it's
close.
the Yash Gosalia train right now. How can he dismantle this DRS train? And DRS trains are a big sticking point in Mexico as well. And it's so difficult to catch up to people who are in a DRS train because it's straights. They're gaining like 6, 7 tenths on you. You have to burn so much of your tires just to catch up. And Yash Gosalia knows that, which is why he cannot allow these people to hold him up right now.
Yeah, you can see some of these guys are being held back a little. Oxidized Yash, they're just so close to the back of the guys in front. Even Pratham. So I think they're probably feeling a bit of anxiety right now, waiting for.
And if I was somebody in a Tane Singh situation, I know Gosalia has to fight for the title. I dare him to make the moves on me. You know he can't take as much risk as you can.
That's
'Cause
true. That's true. But Tane Singh is also on the medium, so if he,
And Tane
I
even
guess
have
he
to play
wants
the
to
long
keep.
game. And
Yeah, he
one more
wants to
thing,
stay
Shadow,
straight.
in Mexico, we already saw how many people are invalidating their laps in qualifying. This will be the game of the not getting time penalties, and it's something Redstone Derp has. It's been the one chink in his armor this season. It's
Yeah.
getting time penalties has cost him multiple. He's cost him a few million. Acer Oxidize going side by side through without even DRS being activated. These guys are chomping at the
This
bit.
is not what Yash wants because Yash has now broken off from the top 8.
Yeah,
Oxidize has put himself near 2 seconds
he
behind.
needs to win this. Oh, that was so close. Look at this pack here. You can see those two McLarens as well. This is what probably getting more annoyed. That is two teammates now when he breaks this pack.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of
I
position
wonder if
change,
they're
what has
boxing.
changed in terms of position? Nothing too dramatic this time around except for Gosalia, of course, gaining 6 places. Abhi lost 4 and now that's gone to 3 because he's overtaken Malav, who is going very slowly. What's happened here?
Oh no. I think Malav
I
has
don't
probably
see any
lost.
damage on his car though.
I think he just lost it on the
Yeah, I think he
assist.
just lost it. Yeah, that is a costly mistake. Look at these guys fighting hammer and tongs. It is, oh my god, 3 wide through the last corner. Oh, the McLarens have pulled off a double overtake
It's gonna be
on
4 wide.
Oxidize. And look at this. DRS activated. How do you spectate this? Mayank trying to defend. He has no hope. It is. It goes down the inside. This Pratham is absolutely centered. What an overtake.
That was amazing to watch. Easy
And meanwhile, behind, what's happened to Easy Level? He's fallen off of that pack, and now Yash Gosali using these distractions, I must say, to get ahead. But then Tanay Singh gets ahead of him. I cannot commentate this right now. Too much happening in too short of a time span.
Yeah, this is very interesting, but at least we'll get a little bit of a break now.
Gosali and Tanay Singh, look at where they're going side by side. Oh my god, these guys are just lighting it up right now. And Gosali completes that overtake. What a move. That is.
That was a great move.
But look at that, them battling. Pratham was just like a second in the range. He's now 6 seconds ahead of Gosalia. So it just shows how battling is so disadvantageous. We're not covering the leading pack right now too much because they've all built their own gaps. They look pretty comfortable there. But this midfield, now easy levels past Tanay Singh as well. Oh no, he's got overtaken by Gosalia. So Gosalia making up 2 places. He's into the top 10.
Oh, he's gonna
Now
be
he
so
can
happy
finally
he's
begin
passed
a
the
hunt.
leading.
He's 13 seconds, but of course all he needs is one safety car or us VSC even to neutralize. Easy level pits already on that 5.
I think
I think he has
isn't
damage.
that a
Yes,
good
he does have
indication?
damage. He has damage.
That's unfortunate.
And
The
meanwhile,
two
Sid Kulkarni
McLarens were
versus
running.
Pratham. What's happening here? Sid Kulkarni. Pratham tries to make the move, but Sid Kulkarni very wisely makes his car as wide as possible. But he really have, and he
Oh,
has DRS as well.
Pratham doesn't have DRS.
But Pratham, look at that, so aggressive. Puts it down the inside.
And
It's slide tap, but he gets the move done.
oh, Pratham
Ooh,
is really
ooh,
pacing the lane.
Shadow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think. Let's see what he can do now. He has a 3 second
And
mountain to
I think
climb.
now Ferrari in a better position for their own sake because they're behind the other. They can just DRS in each other so that they don't. We have a crash. Who is it? It's Cafe Racer Shabazz. I think he's just spun there of lost traction to the corner.
Oh, I think so as well. His tires are probably burning hot right now. He needs to just
Meanwhile,
take a minute.
Redstone Dub is running away from this race faster than I run away from my responsibilities here. What pace is set? Although on this lap, as soon as I say that Gagan Singh was, I think 50,000 faster than him.
Well, I
And
guess
now
if
Ganesh
Gagan Singh
Gosale
can
on
keep
already on
pace.
the back of Anton Hypers. He just overtaken like a lap ago. Just shows how much pace he has. And Anton Hypers, he knows he's not going to fight this too much. There's nobody ahead of him as well. Meanwhile, Pratham and Sid Kulkarni again going at it. Oh, this is so fun. You know, Mayank you have there who's already trying to get a look in as well. And Gosalia makes overtake on Anton Hypers, and he knows it's going to be tough for him to catch up now since these guys are all in a DRS train. But that is the last DRS train he needs to clear before he can hunt after the leading 4.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one though because the guys in this train are very quick.
Yeah, as
And
you progress up, it's like a video game, isn't it? As you progress up,
yeah,
the trains gets harder.
yeah, Yash is playing a battle royale right now. He just has to try and be the guy on top at the
Yeah, it's a
end.
very good camera angle, by the way. Game, finally, thank you.
Yeah, Pratham and Sid Kulkarni I think need to kind of work together here. They need to like not fight too much because more time they waste fighting, the more further the
Yeah,
guys
and look
advance.
at that. Sid, something's off with Sid's pace today because he has been dropped by his teammate, and his teammate wouldn't have wanted to do that unless he was absolutely certain that Sid couldn't push or he has damage maybe. Look at this. Look at where Oxidize is making the overtake. That is,
Wow.
unless you have a big pace advantage on a guy, you can't really pass him through there. But he was already alongside
Oh,
Sid, so I.
Oxidizer spun. Oh, he's lost
Oh,
it so badly. Oh
oh,
my
why
god.
does the commentator's curse strike? Why does it strike? And meanwhile, we're
Oh,
back
he's
to this
gonna.
battle here. Pratham versus Sid Kulkarni. Sid Kulkarni lets him go this time. Will Mayank have a go at him? No, he will not. And now,
So the
role
interesting thing
reversal
about
again.
this lap is that the DRS detection point for the first 2 DRS straights are
The
both
same.
just after the last corner. Yeah, so
Yeah, but
if you
it's
make the
4
move,
cars all packed in together, so you cannot escape, even if you wanted to, because you can't just burn all your ERS in one lap. If in case if you don't make it through on that lap, you're not gonna have enough to defend next time around, and you're gonna lose like 4 positions.
yeah. Speaking of ERS, I will say Pratham is clearly the aggressor here. He's
Yeah.
pushing way harder
And
than Sid Kulkarni.
you could interchange any two streams first 10 laps with just this restaurant of just leading. And he wanted to be the last 10 laps, of course, because you know no race is won in the first 10 laps unless the race is actually like 10 laps long. Um, and now Pratham, I think he has broken away, as you said, Shadow. He has broken away by a fair
So
bit.
Pratham
And now
is.
it's Sid Kulkarni who will now face the heat of Mayank. I think Mayank thinks he can go faster here. Oh, what's happened? What's happened? Is Cafe Racer Shabazz again? No. Yes, it was him. Has he reset the track? That's way too quick to recover from a spin. I don't know. We'll have to watch that later. But
Yeah.
you can see from setup wise, I think Redstone is running more straight line speed than Gagan. And Gagan makes it up for it in the corners.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have thought the opposite from what I saw in Quali, given the sector times.
But look at this to that first sector. It's gone up to 2.2, but it always
Yeah,
comes back down to like 1.8, 1.9. Meanwhile, Mayank has made the move. He has made it stick nice and clean. Lets his entire car go ahead before he decides to pull back onto the racing line, and now he can go back to catching up Pratham, or will Sid Kulkarni come back at him?
let's see. This sector is what's important, and Sid's luckily had no dirty air, given that Pratham broke away a few
And
laps ago.
meanwhile, is Vintage Player beginning to catch up Suraj? This gap has come down in the last few laps. I have noticed, and Suraj has fallen away from the front too.
Yeah, don't forget. Oh, how are everyone on the same tire age? Because Vintage Player did 3 laps on his
Oh no
on
no
his
no! The
soft.
game will show you how many laps they've done in the race, but we don't have
Okay,
that prior knowledge that
okay.
he
So
has
Vintage
done more
Player is
laps.
effectively on 10
And
lap
Vintage
old
plays on
tires.
dead tires as well, so maybe Suraj just needs somebody to follow. Meanwhile, what's happened to Sid Kulkarni? He's pitting. So he wants to undercut this entire pack. What tires does he go on? This is the first non-front wing related change pit stop of the entire race. Meanwhile, Tanay Singh sets the fastest lap of the race, so the mediums are kicking alive now.
Oh, he goes
Let's
to the
see. He
medium, so
goes
he's
on medium, so
committing
this
to a
is a
two stop.
two-stop.
It
Yeah,
has to be.
he's
So
committed to
that's
it.
very interesting. And that where is Malav? Oh, Malav is so far behind. I thought he could have done some good stuff on those
But
hards, but
Malav, he's going to be quicker towards the end of this race. Right now, he's just trying to keep out of trouble.
no. But even so, if he got
And
past
meanwhile,
Sid
Yash Gosalia has
Kulkarni,
passed Ace. It's a decisive move there. So now he chalks off another one. In DJ Khaled's words, another one. And now Pratham has been caught back up by Mayank. And look at this shot. No one's got any time penalty for corner cutting yet.
wow, this is actually very impressive. I would go. Let me check the.
Oh, what's happened here? Oxide
Offside
has just
rate.
retired. Is this a safety car?
No.
It is.
Oh no.
Oh,
Where
where's he
did he
crashed? Where's he
retire?
crashed? Where's he crashed?
I
Let's
don't.
see.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. He is outside
Yeah,
of
yeah, I see it as well.
Sullivan.
And the only person is really screwed out here is probably his own teammate. And Gagan Singh gets a 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane as they
Oh,
decide to
that's
come in.
unfortunate.
And I
They
think
all
Pratham
go to
gets
the
a
medium.
drive through.
No way. That is not going to be good for Pratham.
Yeah,
Oxidized usually leads the session clearly in a rage.
an uproar there, an easy level bot. Sid Kulkar, they just pit. And
Everyone.
that will not be happiness in the Williams camp. Mostly because losing George Russell as a driver would hurt anyone,
Ace
but
goes
also
on to the
because.
hards.
And
Everyone
Gagan
else
Singh
goes
pits
on.
back onto softs.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
think I know why. I think I know. It is a smart decision because he wants to get this move done, lead, serve his 5 seconds, and then hopefully still have enough of a margin.
That'll be interesting. Let's see what he can do. Or maybe he's just praying for another safety
Meanwhile, Sid
car.
Venkatesh once again, it works out in a way because he is now fourth. Where did Tanay Singh go in all of this? Tanay pit.
He did well. He did
He was
well.
on mediums. He was sitting
Where's
alight,
Malav?
and he pit.
So Malav's up to P6, and now if he can just hold on these hards for the next maybe 10
Yeah.
12 laps, he could
Yeah, but I don't
possibly do
understand
well.
this Tanay Singh strat, Shadow. Why would you pit? He was the fastest man on track.
Yeah, that makes no sense. He should have stayed out on the mediums for sure. Given that there actually no one stayed out. I don't know if Tane Singh should have. I don't know why he went on the softs. The hards were
Yeah,
definitely
even if he
better.
was gonna, or maybe go medium again since he had good knowledge of that tire, and then go softs at the end.
That's true. It's going to be
If
interesting
more,
strategy-wise. I kind of felt it. Everyone's committed to a two-stop here. I don't think the mediums are going to make it 26 laps.
yeah, I don't think there is a way. But for Sid and these guys, it made perfect sense not to pit because it gives you higher track position. You can hold up the guys you're gonna have to pass later anyway. Which
Yeah,
is
that's true.
why I just don't understand the strategy.
What is the tire life of the mediums around?
I think they can go around 20 laps at a stretch. But to go 20 to 25, it's not like real life, of course. There are written tire values in the game, so you can't push, even if you're really conserving, you can't push a tire. And of course, everyone's equal cars here, unlike real life, so you can't even like back off to a certain extent. If this was a real life race, they could probably go to the end, but this is not a real life race. So they probably cannot.
You know, Malav's also put himself into a decent position.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how this pans out. And otherwise, if Ace can just keep up with this front leading pack, and mind you,
Yeah,
everyone
I don't
in the
think.
leading
I think
pack
Ace is going to
quite
the
quick.
end. So unless he crashes, he's in a very decent position, which is where Tanay Singh would have been had he pit on hard, so not pit at all. And Teji Mosquito in the pits, he goes on softs. Easy level pits on mediums. Now fresh mediums, he has a bit of smart move. He was last anyway. He'll only have to do around 23 laps, which is way more of a realistic goal than I think all the way until the end, pitting on lap 9 or 10.
That's true. I forgot that the safety car will be out for. I'd say it might be in this lap. Honestly, these guys are probably going to catch up pretty quick.
But
he's
one thing you have to
definitely.
remember, just because you're driving under the safety car doesn't mean you don't get any tire, but you still get like 1-2%.
That's
And
true. That's
when you're
true.
going for these long stints, that 1-2%
It
can
means a
end
lot
up
for
being a
sure.
big determining factor, because it's not like real life where the tires can go beyond a certain point. After it hits 75%, it can go
Yeah,
at
they're
any
gonna
point.
any point. Yeah. Uh, I've seen tires go way further though. I personally
Meanwhile, Nova sharing campfire stories about his old
in this
league
lap.
racing days, and
Okay.
meanwhile the safety car is in. What does Redstone Dove do here? I think if he was smart, he wouldn't fight Ranjit too much. He
Oh,
knows that.
Gagan Singh.
Yeah, I mean Gagan Singh. I keep confusing the
Oh,
two.
why is Malav going so slow? What's he
Oh,
doing?
I think he overtook. He had something with Vintage Player. Was he ahead of Vintage Player before?
Yeah, no, he was. He
Oh,
just
I think
literally
Vintage Player
stopped. I
might have
think he
tried to
was just trying to
overtake
get
him.
a good run.
Now Redstone, when's he gonna go? I think he's gone now. Yes, he has. This is one of the most disadvantageous starts for a leader in any field, I'd say. And here
That's
comes
true.
Gagan Singh. Immediately, he has to go for it. And look at that. No defense really shown from Redstone. If he's smart about this, yeah. Look at that. So smart racing there. He knows.
Suraj making the move on Sid as well
Oh,
around the
Suraj, he has to
outside.
make
What
this
a
move because
move.
it is on those old tires. Very nicely
What a
done there
move.
from Suraj.
Lovely move by Suraj. That was so good to
And
watch.
very smart there from Redstone. Good race management, because he knows that because the Gagan Singh is faster, if he can stay
Malav
within his
as well.
DRS, he can drag him along more as well. What's happened to Ace? Ooh, position
Malav
changing everywhere.
past Sid.
Pratham versus Yash Gosale. Gosale down the inside. Tane meanwhile has overtaken Ace. So he's up to P11 now. And Sid Venkatesh losing so many positions with old mediums is not working. Look at that. He
I
has
guess
lost
it
like
was
4
the right
positions in
idea to
one
pit.
sector.
Yeah, I think, yeah, pitting to the hards was
And
definitely the move
Tane gets
there.
a 3 seconds. The first victim of the
Now it
Mexico
begins.
Mexico City circuit of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. And now Will Gosale tried on Sid here, he wasn't close enough. Look at that Sid, he really struggling, and Malav isn't struggling as much, which leads me to think that probably the hard is now a better tire than the medium for those guys on those old tires.
Definitely.
And
I think
Gagan Singh
Malav,
is trying to rip him, is going to rip this field right now. He knows he has to do it. And yes, my theory is correct. Look at that restaurant gaining time on the straights.
oh, he saw me his drive through.
Oh, Sid and Yash Gosalia now. Sid's not going to meet too much of a hassle. Gosalia easily will. Oh no, he's going side by side actually. Ooh, good. Makes Sid go the long way round. Space is given. Ooh, nicely done. And now I think Sid will move out of the way for his teammate. Ooh, he's off the back of him. Look at how much Redstone Dove has sped away from the rest of the field though. Bar Gagan Singh. And now the Ferrari boys do make an overtake. But yeah, it's more
Oh,
fun from the back. Nice. I agree with you.
yeah. Yeah, the midfield is really the heart of D2
Yeah,
here, I
the
think.
crux. And
Let's see. Deadly
now,
Mosquito and Shabazz on the softs really haven't been able to make much ground. Let's see if they can make some moves.
meanwhile,
But other
now
than that,
Easy Level
Mayank,
Bot is hounding Cafe Racer. He has to get this move done. Easy Levels normally a very nice. He's had a few good weekends. Maybe this is the one weekend that sort of pegs him back. Now the sun is out. That does mean that it will be easier to overheat your tires now, which means lesser wear though, because you're not having to extract more grip out of your tires. So maybe the mediums can make it till the end, but they will be very short. Um,
yeah, let's see. I mean, they 23 laps. I think they'll be slow at the end,
and now
regardless.
Vintage versus Suraj. Ooh, there's a bit of tire contact. Oh, spicy.
Oh, Mayank and Suraj reunited finally.
Yeah, finally. It's Aston Martin versus Alpha Tauri. I just realized. Look at this. And Mayank, Suraj doing the smart thing and letting Mayank go ahead because he's on the quicker compound. For now, I assume this favor will be paid off later if both of them have kept it clear of a wall.
Oh, Suraj goes really wide. I guess it's kind of distracting to let someone by and then
And
pick a
no
big
racing
spot.
line as well, so he's not looking at. Oh, Redstone gets a 3 second just when I
No way.
said it was his kryptonite this
Wow.
season. These
I
three
mean,
seconds.
I guess the warnings have been building up, so a lot of people we might see getting
Yeah,
their
and Redstone, he's
PBs
been
there.
kicking himself at that because he's been making that mistake in the last few races, and he'll be hoping it doesn't cost him the position today because it has cost him in the past.
Yeah, so Gagan Singh's 5 second is automatically kind of reduced. Now just to a 2-second deficit
Yeah,
Red Zone.
it makes it easier for Gagan Singh. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? It is
Oh, it's
Deadly
a
Mosquito who has spun. Can he reverse it? Enthralling gameplay. Yes, he can. And Abhi pits. So he's kind of left his teammate in the mud here. I see the light blinking on the Aston Martin vintage player. Dodge such a good defense there. Just he has DRS as well on this lap because I think Abhi would have given him DRS and then pit.
That's probably good teamwork
Yeah, and
right
he
there
does have
because,
DRS.
as we mentioned, you get it for 2 straight, so it's double
Yeah.
the
That's good
points.
teamwork there from Alpha Tauri. But I
Yeah,
think
but actually,
on this lap, I think Vintage's main goal is to make sure he doesn't get overtaken by Suraj because he probably can catch up Mayank at the end anyway. If Mayank can't build a gap, which he probably would need to do right about now to have a hope. And meanwhile, Redstone has actually started catching up to Gagan Singh in the last few laps, so half the tires started going already for Gagan.
I think the wear is quite high, but in the meanwhile, Malav has been caught up by Yash and Tanay, so this is going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah, and
Let's
now
see.
if
Yeah,
he
let's
can
see.
make up a second, we're getting the battle of the stewards.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Oh,
Malav
oh
actually
my
needs.
God! What was that line from Tanay Singh? They demolished that ball out.
Well, that's
I
good,
don't
as
think
we
Malav will
said.
be fighting this too much. He knows what his race is and he knows what Gosalia's race is right now. It's
That's true,
running your
Malav.
own race now, Mayank. Now, Mayank. This time, no threat really. I don't think even Vintage even tried that hard to defend from him. And Gosalia does make a move on Malav. That is a good overtake.
No, but
Mayank
this might
versus
be good for Malav. He
Vintage,
needs.
who's spun now. Is it Deadly Mosquito again? Yes, it is. And he has no wing. And it's about to get
49
lapped.
seconds.
It's a VSC. It's
49
a
seconds.
VSC. Ooh. Who's close to the pits? No one. Oh, wait. There are some guys who are close to the pits.
Nah,
No,
not
they're not.
very
No,
close
they're
at
not. I
all.
keep confusing the first sector here with the last sector because it's like so similarly placed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't think anyone needs to pit right now. Maybe. No, not Malav. Malav should
Let's see.
try.
I hope these guys can keep clear of the drive-throughs. Oh, I thought somebody just got right through there. That's why I raised my voice. We're already 16 laps through this race. And no one gets a drive-through. Good job. But Mayank's been caught out there where the VSC came in, and Vintage is gonna have a go at him.
No way.
Oh, there's tire
Something.
contact. Oh, he squeezes him all the way wide. Vintage there, down the inside. He gets the move done. That is not what Aston Martin would have wanted.
Wow,
That is just the
that
luck
was a
of the
good
draw,
move.
isn't it? You get it at a point, and they've
But
lost like two.
he's made a fatal error because Mayank is now gonna have DRS, so he's
No, but
just
as
gonna
long
lose
as
the
he's
place.
kept him behind, even if he keeps him behind for two extra corners, that's two extra corners. He wouldn't have kept him behind if it went for that VSC.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, and Malav actually managed to get back into the DRS of Yash Gosalia there.
Oh,
So
Mayank trying to dive down the inside. Oh, that is not a recommended move. I think he should have just waited for the second DRS zone. Now Suraj and Gosalia have closed up to them. And Gosalia from disaster stations. Look at this. He's or possibly up to P5. If he can make the move stick. Has he made the move stick? Yes, he has. Meanwhile, Cafe Refusal Shabazz gets to 3 seconds. So Yash Gosalia, once again, exquisite. Marvelous.
yeah,
But
it
look at
is.
how much the top two have pulled away now. And even with Gagan Singh's 5 seconds, he's still second. That's how much he's pulled away.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think the pace of the top two is quite.
And it was
quite
more also
advanced.
where they got the safety car to come in for
No
them. And he gets
way.
the 3 seconds.
I
So
watched that
respected
happen.
him.
That is so.
Oh,
And
Suraj sends
takes a
it.
dive. Oh my god.
Oh, that was scary. That was scary. A lot of people trying to get the move done there, but I think it's mostly just to unsettle people for the actual overtake, which is done at turn 1.
Yeah, I hope Yash didn't get any damage over
Yeah,
there, but
luckily
that
we
was.
haven't seen any accidents there. That is a very risky, aggressive,
Yeah, because
innovative
you
overtaking
want to
zone.
carry so much speed into that corner
And
that you're
Mayank
not
Vintage
really
again. Now
one
Mayank
car.
does get past, but Vintage will be happy knowing another lap he kept him
Oh,
behind.
Suraj is turning off his DRS so that he can line up the move.
Well, that's
That's
smart.
smart
That is
for
smart.
him.
Maybe just braking early, not turning off his DRS. Just
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah,
early dab on the brakes. And now, does he have enough to line up the moves? Because next lap, you think Gosalia is going to. You'd imagine he gets DRS, and yeah, he wasn't close enough. You
it's okay,
imagine he's
but
going to get DRS.
yeah, this
You
is
know, up
probably
at the
good though because he.
front, this is really looking like a two-horse race. I don't want to jinx it, But
Yeah, I just want to, unless one of them crashes, and I just. Oh my god,
oh,
Tanay Singh
Tanay
is
Singh's
hurt.
crashed. Where has he
Oh,
crashed? Oh no, same
shit, over
area,
crash.
same, and it's a safety car, which is Gagan Singh that's just lucked out here.
And Malav pit for the mediums, Malav.
He's
Honestly.
lucked out because not only is he gonna get this 5 seconds served in the pits, but he's gonna go on mediums now. 17 laps, which
Wait,
is
no,
perfect.
he. Can he serve it on? Yes, he can
Yeah,
serve
it
it
will
on.
because it's speeding under pits, so they will just wait 5 seconds. And
Yeah,
he,
that is true.
and
He's gonna
17
come out
laps is
medium.
perfect for the medium tires.
And this the Redstone's honestly kind of in a bad way here. He's gonna have to go onto the what hards.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go on hards.
Malav goes into the pits, Suraj into the pits.
Is Redstone even
Okay.
going to be leading? Yes, he is, but look at this, barely. So Gagan Singh and Anton Hypers gets it. Oh no, I have jinx. I have jinx a lot. And Gosalia and Vintage. Ooh, that
Oh,
is not
Shabazz
good
stays
news.
out.
That
He's racing. Shabazz overtakes Gagan coming out of the pits. Let's
oh,
go.
that is
Vivid.
gonna infuriate Gagan though a bit. He needed to there to be a 0 car gap, preferably
Oh my
between him
god. Wow,
and
Redstone just
Redstone
needs
has
more
the
to
3
blow.
seconds as well. So not only is he on the slower tire, not only has he lost the buffer that he had, which was Gagan Singh's 5 seconds in the pits for when he pit again, but now he has all the disadvantages. But if he wants to win this title, he has to overcome this. And the guy ahead of him is his teammate. Yes, Gosalia. Will he help? Will
Oh
he
my
help
god.
him?
I don't know, but what are Gosalia and Vintage Play are gonna do? I think this might have been a good time for them to get onto the conventional strategy and probably just go for another set of
Oh, this is
mediums.
going to be interesting. Would Nico Rosberg have helped Lewis Hamilton get a podium towards
I
the back
don't
half of 2016 if it was in this case?
I don't know. Hopefully they don't crash into each other, as we've seen happen a few times this season. I
This
wonder
is
what Shabazz
definitely
is thinking.
this could be one of the defining points of this season's D2 championship. What does Yash Gosalia do here? Meanwhile, Gagan Singh, I think the next challenger really is just Mayank, who has this car of Abdul Samad to deal with. And once again, I must give my shout out to Abdul Samad. This man always manages to get into the top 10, despite whenever I see him, he's like 14, 15. Then after a safety car, I'll watch him and he'll be like 6th, 5th, 4th, and Shabazz pits, which is smart, which is smart. I think he
Yeah,
should have pit a lap earlier, but can't
it's okay.
control it
He's
all.
new to the game. He'll learn, but he's not gonna come out last, so that's a good thing.
Yes, because Deadly
Oh,
Mosquito
he's
has
serving
been
it.
lapped. So he can't possibly be last.
Okay, so Gagan Singh is probably sighing a breath of relief right now because he's back behind Redstone Derb on the better tires
Yeah, and Nelson's
and
got the
with
3
no
seconds.
penalty. Yeah.
This is,
Would this be Gagan's first race?
yeah. Michael Massey would get, I think so. It would. Michael Massey would get fired twice if a situation like this arose in real life. If someone had a penalty, if two people had a penalty, and then it worked out to the circumstances that it only favored one guy, there would definitely be some mafia or Red Bull or Karen Horner memes being shared on F1 Twitter right now.
Karen Horner. That's hilarious.
Oh. You can't write this stuff. You cannot write this stuff.
Oh, that safety car was really, really untimely for Redstone right there. He was on
Yeah.
the better strategy. If he was going to be on the softs and he
It was
would
going
run
to be
the race.
attempting a hunt down towards the end, but that's racing. Racing's not fair.
Yeah. Racing just is what it is.
Yeah. And other people who are how many positions can easy level bot make up? He's not had the best race so far, but now Pack's bunched up. He's 12th and the safety car is in. So here is Vintage Player now going to be leading the pack.
You can't say I hate safety cars over here. The lead drivers just slow down so much. Vintage players going at a
Ooh, this
snail's
is
pace.
surprising. No one's gotten a 5
Oh,
second.
5
Oh, as
second
soon as I said it. As
flash.
soon as I said it.
Dude, that is so.
Oh, he started again.
Gagan Singh 5 second. What? Okay, that'll be.
Oh, he has brake tested him.
Oh,
Almost.
oh.
It looked like that. Oh, that
What
is
is
definitely
going
something that's going to have to be dealt in the stewards room later.
Does Gagan have
And
wind up?
Gagan Singh's going to 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags, which I don't think it gets removed. So it might be advantage point.
Wait, why wouldn't it get removed? What is that?
Because I think overtaking under yellow flags is
He
when
didn't
you overtake
overtake
a car and then I don't know. That is very circumstantial,
Yeah,
but that
he just
is
got it.
not what he would have wanted. And I think Gosalia now Would not have wanted Vintage player to do that on the safety car. Look how aggressive this is getting.
Oh my god, Gagan, oh my
It is
god.
almost out. Redstone top. Beauty. What a
Gagan.
beauty.
Gagan had to literally pull off the accelerator right there. Oh, and he
And what's
touches
bad
down.
for Yash Gosalia is if he has a 5 seconds, which does he? Yes, he does. So he will have to serve that in the pits.
Is he going to pit again though? That's the question.
Oh, Battle of the Stewards. Malav getting overtaken by Suraj. He will have to pit again because you're in 10 lap old mediums.
No, Gagan's floundering. He just definitely got a warning right there.
And look at why is Abdul Samad's car ghosted on that screen? Oh wait, that's Cafe. That's Deadly Mosquito. And Deadly Mosquito, I think, should get out of the way of these cars. This will be a bit annoying to the leaders, seeing a ghosted car there.
I'm feeling so terrible for Gagan right now. He looks like he's falling apart. He had the win.
Does he have damage?
He's so excited. I don't know.
Now what do Mercedes do here? They have gotten this 1-2. Will he let him through? No, he doesn't.
You know, I think Redstone should get through and he should just pull Yash along.
Yes, but that would be the case if both of them went locked in the battle in the championship.
Oh, right. I didn't think. But he would still get the win.
They're 1 and 3 right now, but you wouldn't want to help because they are leading constructors by a fair bit as well. So I'd agree teamwork, but oh, Gagan Singh, nice overtake. So he's not floundering, Shadow.
Okay,
Do not say that.
He
is back. Gagan fans, we need you right now.
Yeah, come on, Gagan, let's go. I want to see Gagan's first win.
My strategy is banking on idiots ahead of me crashing and taking advantage, says Arjun Grewal. Yes, we have noticed that.
Oh, I thought you were quoting Arjun. I was like,
yeah, whoever this.
Gagan's going to get DRS when DRS is enabled from Deadly Mosquito at least.
Yeah, this is gonna be so frustrating to Vintage player. That safety car restart will definitely stewards again. As I said before, we're commentators, not stewards. So don't expect me to do anything. You're gonna have to watch the stream back later, suckers.
That's gotten passed by Sid as well.
I'm
feeling bad. I was really rooting.
But Malav is on medium, Sid's on softs, and there's no way Sid is making it to the end. And who's crashed? Who has crashed? It's Deadly Mosquito again. Oh no, that's 4 times. But he's kept his wing intact. So I think he just spun, which is very weird, but yeah, you know, potato.
Yeah, there goes
and now Mayank Girl does get past Abdul Samad, who for all them saying he's kept his nose clean. And later on, he might have a chance. Meanwhile, easy level, he's up to 11 now. I think he was on the podium last time we did Mexico, so I don't know what's with the sudden pace drop off. Just a couple of months back, he was fighting for this, but just goes to show how much the division has improved. You're not at the top of your game. You go from podium finishers to scraping points. And now Suraj gets past Abdul Samad. Abdul Samad is the roadblock here. Sid had to go out of the way, and that has allowed Malav. Beautiful move down the outside. Meanwhile, Ghosali and Redstone still in a holding pattern. And Abdul Samad, what's happened to Abdul Samad? Who's crashed again? Please not let it be Deadly Mosquito. I'm pretty sure it's Deadly Mosquito. Oh. No, it's not Abdul because he's still 11th.
Oh, Redstone has a huge quit rewards here in the last corner.
Yeah, he is. I think there's a party chat right now. He is begging Yash Gosalia to let him through. But Gosalia knows he's got this championship to fight here. And now he's going to have to defend with Redstone from Gagan Singh. Oh, meanwhile, Sid and Malav again. Sid now does get the overtake done finally. Hopefully he can make it stick this time around. Oh, you think that's unease right now, Shah? Oh, easy level spun! Oh, no. And Cafe Racer is into the points because of that.
Yes. Let's go, Shabazz. Let's go.
But Shadow, do you think this Mercedes team is in harmony right now?
I don't know. I doubt that. Actually, maybe they are in the same party chat.
They are in the same party chat. We do know that from their podium interviews, from what I've heard.
I feel like
what do you think would be happening right now if you were in a party chat? Let's hypothetically assume, would you be getting mad that your teammate who's on older tires and definitely has to pit isn't letting you go through?
I would be pretty mad, honestly.
Is this Is this the Luis Nico moment happening in front of our very eyes?
I think it might be. Let's see, because it's gonna definitely
I mean,
spice up
Gosali is
the.
always going to have the defense that if he wants to overtake, he can do it on track. But of course, we do know. Let's see how much he defends this now. Ooh! And he
Yash is
doesn't
not.
really defend it that hard. So I think finally the situation has been resolved. If these two had a team principle, there would definitely be some calls right now. And how hard does he
Let's see
defend
if
from
Gagan
Gagan
makes
Singh?
a move on Yash here. I think Yash is gonna try to defend.
Oh, he's not going to be close enough anyway to make
Going
a
blind,
move.
yeah.
And meanwhile, Vintage player Mayank has got Mayank and Vintage still going at it from earlier. Um, right now, I think the balance is in between in this top eight. They're looking quite set in terms of position, save for Sid, who has to pit again. If he can drag these tires till the end, I will be very, very surprised and very impressed as well. As Cafe Racer gets us another corner cutting penalty that is going to affect his chances later on.
Well, he is.
Vifix
He has also
Panaudi has
taken up
absolutely been on
GG.
point tonight. You bet you. You bet you. I take pride in this. I'm not like Malav who regrets this later on. I take pride in it. But do you think it's a phenomena? Do you think it's psychologically related? What is this phenomena with the spectators curse, especially in IRL as
Oh
well?
no, Gagan has no ERS left to play with. Oh, Yash. Oh, Gagan's in the back of Yash and he breaks his wing. Oh no.
Oh no, this is getting
That
this is getting
is.
spicy.
The,
Hopefully he only has light damage.
oh,
Um
it looked pretty bad. I saw a nice big chunk fall off. Honestly.
Let's see now. All of this game, you never know. I think he's lost an end plate definitely. You can't see the right side. Yes,
Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna be able to see it now, right in the S section.
he's lost an entire other section of I
You
think
know
the
what the
side
bad
wing
part
it's
is?
called. The
You know what the
left
bad
side
part
of the
is?
side wing.
Oh, I don't know what. Oh, look at it going so wide.
Yeah,
That's
it's
definitely
very
gonna be a
obvious.
warning.
You can see it there on the car itself.
Yeah, he's gonna, and the worst part is he's gonna have to serve that 5 second penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna get removed, so that's definitely a race ender right there for Gagan. He's
Yeah,
probably
and
gonna come out.
now, let us all bait our breath. Because it's Malav versus Suraj time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the show we came to watch.
Yeah, I think Sid should pit right now out of respect. Don't give any of these guys just too many advantages. We want to see what clean racing, because the stewards do penalize everyone. And Gagan gets another 5 seconds. Oh no!
Gagan is probably so mad right now.
And now let's see what clean racing looks like, Shadow Sword, because these two they do penalize people for not showing clean etiquette normally. Let's see what clean racing looks like from the stewards of this league.
Malav isn't really able to, I think, gain any ground.
Yeah, because Sid is giving
Yeah.
Suraj. I think Sid plans to on going till the end, but his tires will be falling off a cliff by the end. But I think that is honestly the preferable strategy for him. Otherwise, he could still finish in the points. Meanwhile, Cafe Racer is all the way up to 10th now. And Suraj, Sid, down the inside, nicely done. No, but Sid gets traction, and that move will not be possible. Meanwhile, Malav, you can see he is waiting for it.
Yeah, he is so cautious on the throttle, easy on the brakes. I think he's just waiting for this.
If you are Gosalia right now, because he has to, if he's pitting now, he has to pit. Would you pit or would you dare go till the end?
I'd try to go to the end at this point. I mean, he's not going to be able to make up the places in how many other laps? Like
Yeah,
6,
the
7
tires
laps.
are going to be shot though, and if Redstone Derp doesn't see this through now, I think this is a slam dunk opportunity, and for Mayank, it's a slam dunk opportunity to get a podium. He was on course for that podium in Spain, where he was told not to pit, and vintage player pits, so he is definitely biting a bullet.
Oh, vintage player. I think this is probably the last.
And now Suraj versus Sid Venkatesh. Sid Venkatesh, see the light blinking, it gives him even more motivation to go for the overtake. Once you see someone's light blinking, you know they're not going to be able to fight back on the next straight.
Yeah, that's pretty much, when they're down and defeated and you just have to easily make the pass.
Yeah, now let's see how soon Malav can make it done. As soon as I say that, to Sid trying something, half a chance maybe, he tries to go down the inside. No, nothing doing. And now Malav's caught up.
Yeah,
as
Malav
well.
was being too cautious. He needed to get past Sid with Suraj if he wanted to keep the Battle of the Stewards alive.
I think Reds don't want to battle because they don't want to get found out and exposed. To be honest, Shadow. That's
Yeah,
not the
the
reason.
stewards just avoid battling. They
Yeah,
drive and let people pass. They're like
yeah,
Azul.
it's that Arjun Grewal mentality.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Malav.
Malav, you
The S's are
it's a
so
3
dangerous.
seconds. Oh no. No wonder. No wonder these dudes. They should stick to the penalty giving stuff. To paraphrase Kimi Raikkonen.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm surprised still though how few people have gotten the 3 seconds. As soon as I say that vintage flag gets on, my God, is this on fire right now? Wet
Maybe.
race, wet
Uh,
race, wet race to it. There you go.
stop, stop.
Now will
Malav, if
Malav
you
be
want to
able to
get
overtake
past
Sid
him, then have.
Venkatesh? But Suraj kept Sid in his DRS range. Clever, clever, clever. Because he knows Sid can't overtake him. Doesn't have any ERS left.
Yeah, but Malav
But
is
it
not losing any
definitely,
of his
but
heat.
Malav won't be able to overtake Sid if Suraj never lets him go from his DRS.
Oh,
Smart.
that's true, but
Smart
Sid
boy.
looks really quick,
Oh,
honestly.
meanwhile, Vintage Wade on the inside of Cafe Racer Shabazz and Deadly Mosquito gets another 3 seconds. Props to him for staying even though he is a lap down. And meanwhile, Gagan Singh, how's it gone this bad again? Now he's fighting for a point. Oh, Manos DNF'd you! No!
What do
Where
you
is this
mean?
car?
No, right on the
Safety
S section.
car!
No, it's the perfect
And
time
it's
for.
only 3 seconds!
No way, no. Why do these races always end up like this, V-Pix?
And it's advantage. I told you, Shadow, this keeps swinging. It is
Who?
advantage
Okay,
Gosalia. It's actually advantage Mayank.
is
Because he doesn't have any penalties. See, it's one Aston 1-2 as we speak.
no, they're all pitting. Okay, okay, that's okay as well. I think
Is there going to be a double
Gosalia.
stack at Aston Martin? I think there will be, which means that Sid out of nowhere.
Oh
Although
wow,
they have
Sid
fixed
is.
the double stacking a
Oh,
bit. Who's ahead, Sid or Suraj?
and on
Oh,
another
Sid
drive
is
through.
barely ahead. And
Another drive through.
now Redstone Dub, he lost the throttle coming out of the last corner as soon as the safety car was called. So the race win is gone now for him. Not only does he have to deal with that 6 seconds, but now everyone behind him is on soft tires.
Wow, and I will say, Shabazz is up to P7 right now
And
on the
Sid
hard track.
Venkatesh, who qualified 16th, is second in the championship. We didn't give him much hope, but as it stands, he will lead.
Wait,
Oh,
Sid is second in the championship?
yes, he is. He has
Oh
58
my,
points. He has 62
that,
points.
that shows
He
you
will
consistency in
lead
E.
coming out of Mexico.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, he will get Redstone as well if he can stay with these
Redstone
guys.
Dove's not finishing in the points as we
Oh.
speak when the grid punches up.
But he'll definitely build up a gap in 6 laps.
Everyone's on hards behind him, Shadow. He will have to defend. And he has the 6 seconds. I mean, everyone's on softs behind him.
That's true.
This
That's
has
true. This is
gone
gonna be
doomsday scenario for Redstone Dove.
yeah, terrible, terrible situation for
I
Doomsday.
still think he should have just pit, to be honest. Even after he got the penalty, when he saw that safety car was there.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. Everyone behind him pit. Like there was nothing lost in pitting, and he would have probably
I mean,
disadvantaged
this is
Yash.
leader's disadvantage. You probably think somebody ahead wouldn't have pit, but then since everyone was pitting on softs, they would have swallowed that guy up anyway. And now it leaves Redstone in the unenviable position of the
Oh
man
yeah.
who's going to get swallowed up
When did we
by the
see
field.
a Mercedes on hards at the end
And
of the
now
race?
will that we go back to that crucial moment, Shadow? When Yash Gosale didn't let Redstone top through for like 3-4 laps.
Oh man,
Didn't allow him to
that's
build the
true.
gap.
That's true. Redstone would have actually had a lot more time to think, a lot more time to be the aggressor and actually make the
And
pit
now
stop
he
for
is gonna be defending from Yash Gosalia. What is he gonna show him? What parts of the car? And this is all that stewards are good for, by the way, Malav. Just causing drama. That is. It just goes to causing drama. What has he done? He's ruined a completely good, decent race. And he's turned it into a last 5 lap shootout. Which he himself says he despises. Malav Massey indeed. Oh, any predictions now, Shadow? Do you Dare to predict as easy level bot gets 3 seconds under the safety car. Wow. You dare
I
to predict this. So
I don't
currently
dare
it's
to predict this.
Mayank, Sid and Suraj on the podium. And this is
Oh
what
my
I say
god.
about keeping it penalty free. If it ends now, safety car in this lap, Abdul Samad could get a top 5 because he has no penalties. It's in
Yeah, but
11th.
I think the pace differential is quite big, so I think the gap's going to be quite
But they're
big.
going to be battling, Shah. They're going to be battling hard now.
That's true.
Oh,
Everyone
you
knows that they can
cannot
get a
call this.
podium here.
And and now what will Redstone do at this restart? He is in the very, very unfortunate position here. He's slowing it, he spun! He spun! He spun off the restart! It is all going wrong! You could see in his car language himself that he was getting a bit agitated.
No way.
Just from his driving, and you saw that he knew he'd have to outthink everyone at a point just to try
Yeah,
and
I
get
think
the position.
he
And
thought a bit too hard there.
Gosalia, he has to cut the track to keep. Hey, Sits, hit the brakes!
No, what happened to Sid? No.
Oh
Shabazz in the
no!
P6. Let's
Oh my
go.
god, no, that is not what they would have wanted there. And now that this puts Suraj, this is the Aston Martin 1-2. This is, call it script, call it whatever.
Wow, this is actually amazing. You were totally trash talking Aston Martin at the start of this race. But
Yeah, it's the trash talk that helps.
yeah, it motivated them for it. Abdul Samad
Yeah.
up to P9.
And
Sid is
Suraj gets the 3
struggling.
seconds. Oh no.
Wow, oh man. Sid is oh my god, Sid has been spun around by Pratham.
Oh, is that another safety car?
No. Sid
This
is
is the
okay,
last
but
lap possible a safety car can come in.
everyone
So
seems to be okay. Oh
now
my god, so many battles up in P10, from P9 to P12.
I'll just keep this on the penalties tab now. This is irrelevant what tire life everyone has. This is a shootout. Now, let me have a gander at this championship
Gagan,
table to see what, as it stands,
Gagan is
what's
up
gonna
to
happen.
P5. He gets past Shabazz right now. And out of nowhere, his race has kind of been saved a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it has been a bit. I think the 5 seconds can possibly get removed. Although there was a safety car, Redstone does retire. No point in carrying on, and so will Sid. Ooh, it's
That's
gone
really
so
unfortunate.
wrong so soon for the top 2. And if my math, if Mayank wins, he might be leading the championship coming out of Mexico City.
Wow,
It's
that's
between him and
insane.
Gosalia. He is 6th right now in the championship for.
I think Gosalia is just waiting to line up this move, though.
But he needs 3 seconds. You're not going to get the 3 seconds
That's true.
in 3
That is
laps.
true. Oh, is it raining? It's raining, dude. It's raining. Is it?
Oh my god, I called it.
Am
I called it, Chad. When you were talking about me, cursing
yeah.
everyone. I even called the rain. What is this?
It's raining.
I'm playing God mode Minecraft right now, it seems like.
No, they shouldn't box for sure, but it's
Yeah, there's no way to. There's no reasons. I mean, somebody take a gamble in the top,
We
in
said
the
you
bottom
couldn't
half.
call this. This is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I have
honestly.
literally predicted this. I'm playing creative mode Minecraft right now.
You didn't predict this, man. You're the rain master, man. You just called for the rain. You're the shaman that did the rain dance and brought the rain.
Now mistakes, and now Abhi is up to P9. How is
Yash is
oh
gonna
my
make a
oh?
move on
But look at the
Mayank.
spray! Look at the spray! It is intense rain as well. It's not just like light. It's going very heavy. And you know how weather works in this game, Shadow.
Yeah, in 1 or 2 laps, it's gonna be genuinely. It might be a move a bit to the inters. I don't know.
For a lap, maybe. Somebody at the bottom half
This is
should
like
definitely
Russia
take a
all
gamble
over
here.
again. Russia from last season, don't you think?
Yeah. Easy level, I think, is in the spot to be gambling. He's
Okay,
12th, 23 seconds ahead of the next guy.
They're going off. Oh, easy level bot should definitely win. You're listening to this. Okay, they're not going full throttle to Warner. They're probably pretty worried as well.
Yeah, is somebody gonna. Oh, why is it always in Gagan Singh up to 5th now? Down the outside,
Ace is
no,
passing
he
again now.
does ace the full. Um, length of his car. But the person I feel the worst for is Redstone Dog.
Oh, Mayank is just about to get passed.
And yeah, Mayank's not going to defend this because he knows that Gosali has the 3 seconds. And now everyone's going to have to be extremely wary. You don't almost don't want to be the leader in this scenario as Vintage gets past Suraj. Because if you're the leader in this sort of scenario, you're going into every corner first. You don't know what the grip is like on those corners. And that warning light is blinking, the rain light.
Oh yeah, you're
Look
right.
at this track. Is it dry enough?
I think it looks like it's getting kind of a shimmer right now. I feel like the water is going to build up on the last lap. It might just be.
Ooh, a moment there from Mayank. And Mayank's dropping. Like I said, Gosalia might not be able to pull 3 seconds. Maybe I was wrong. He's already a second and a half up the road.
Let's see if he crashes. He is.
Yeah, Gosalia has to push now 100%. Mayank being a bit. Look at that spray coming off of the back.
Oh, there's no spray for me, weirdly enough, but maybe that's just a PS5 graphical enhancement that you guys get.
I'm getting like weird camera blur, and I think that's what I'm mistaking for spray. But now last lap, can Yash Gosalia be a second and a half faster than Mayank? And Mike, he's got to push now. This is the best chance for a race win.
Come on, Mayank. You got this.
As we speak right now, Sid Kulkarni is going to get P3 by the way. Look at the penalties here. In that, oh wait, he's a bit too far away. He's going to get like P4 or P5. Even though he's like 6 seconds behind before P5.
And he's going to make the move on Pratham over here, I think, as well.
The gap is almost 2 seconds, and with just past sector 1. Here's Yash Gosalia, played a blinder. In 1.5 laps, has he made a 3 second gap? Look at that, it's 2.1 and Mayank lost it. 2.8, 2.9, 3.4 seconds. And Yash Gosalia is going to win.
Oh, the track is looking quite wet right now. Let's see how he takes it to the S's. Okay, big lift off right there. Oh my god.
Oh, now he's made a mistake. You cannot. This is definitely intermediates at this point.
Yeah, look
but
at
the gap. Look at the gap. Look the gap. And Suraj gets another 3 seconds, which means he's lost the podium. You idiot.
Oh, come on.
And Yash Gosalia is gonna win. He only got this.
None of them can do it. None of them can do it. No way.
He only got this gap done. He only got the move done last lap, but he somehow made up 3 seconds, which means Yash Gosalia wins.
Sid Kulkarni spun. Sid Kulkarni spun. He's lost
Yash
the podium.
Gosalia, what a mega drive. He wins the Mexico City GP from last.
Wow, that I kind of had a feeling he was going to do something miraculous today, but that was so lucky for him.
Shadow, he built a 5 second gap near about in a lap and a half.
Oh my god, the spray.
And DRS is disabled now, so we were correct, easy level, but you should have taken that gamble, mate. You done cutting people in the last sector if you did. Yash Gosalia, what a mega drive. He turned into serious Lewis Hamilton here. Not even like Lewis Hamilton light, he turned into mega Lewis Hamilton in the race. As soon as it started raining, you could see that Mayank was struggling. And Yash Gosalia, that will feel sweet. And Shadow, can you please invite the podium sitters, Gosalia, Mayank and Vintage, into this party chat? Ooh, what are your thoughts on that one though? I must ask.
That was an intense race. I think the safety cars all came out at probably the best times. And that made that one to watch.
And as I said you earlier on, it was Redstone Dub well all the advantage. Now a no score and his rival plus teammate gets 325 points.
Yash Gosalia.
What a drive from Yash. Not even the fact that he was making up all those places early on, which he's always done, but the fact that he gapped by 5 seconds with a lap left. Lap and a half. In 4 sectors basically. He was 5 seconds quicker than Mayank.
Is it Mayank who's...
Yes, Mayank and Vintage. Yash, Mayank, Vintage. Let me compare those last 2 laps as well. This is to see. So he started 20.6 when Mayank did a 22.8 and then a 28.5 from Mayank, which was responded by 25.1. But anyway viewers, for now pending Suez inquiry, this is the order. Yash Gosalia in first, Mayank second, Vintage player third. That is the podium Sen 7B would have been on the podium had he not gotten his 3 seconds right at the end. So it's P4 for him. Ace 5th, Gagan Singh 6th, Abhi 7th, Sid Kulkarni 8th, Easy Level Bot 9th, Abdul Samad 10th, Pratham 11th, Casper Race with Shabba was the last of our points finishers. So good job there. And Anton Hype was in 13th, Sid Venkatesh in 14th, Deadly Mosquito did finish the race in 15th, and then we have the DNFers in Redstone Derb, who will be classified because he did do 90%, but we also saw him DNF in the pits. Malav, you can beat me 6810, Kalma in P17, Tanay Singh P18, Oxidize P19. That is the grid order. Just waiting to go for everyone to leave the session so we can go to the museum now. Otherwise, we will have to begin our podium ceremony from here. I'd say we might as well start. We don't want to delay our viewers, but yeah. Anyway, so we go to Vintage player in third. Vintage, nicely done race. Saw you tangling in there with a lot of the guys who were, especially the Aston Martins. First of all, Vintage, are you there? Is he here yet?
Hello. Vintage.
Yeah. So he's not. Okay, wait. I will invite him into the party chat now.
Okay, Mayank and Yasha here. Good race by you guys, by the way.
Okay, I can't add him because of some of his settings. So if you're watching the Steam Vintage, to change your party joining settings. Otherwise, we will have. I think I will just continue with Mayank then and wait for Vintage to join. Mayank, so close yet so far. What happened in those last 2 laps? That is just the thing we want to know here, because that was a big pace drop off. The 5 seconds.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, the only thing that changed was weather, and that changes everything. So this setup was not meant for those kind of conditions, but I'm glad that it didn't rain for most part of the race, as it was for the quite few races that we had in the past. So yeah, just traction and wet condition were not appropriate for the setup. And taking no credit away from Yash, he was very quick on wets, and we know him his pace. So obviously, credit goes to him.
Yeah, I think you're petitioning for the Mexico GP to be 34 laps next time around. But yeah, Shadow, do you want to ask him any questions?
Yeah, what was your feel? Like, how did you feel when you saw the rain start to come? Was that expected at all, or did you guys get any kind of notification for that earlier in the race, or was that a complete surprise?
Hi, Shadow. So what happened was the Jeff was giving us this indication that the rain is coming in 10 to 15 minutes. I think this started at lap 10 or somewhat 12, and we were expecting that it might be going rain. It might not affect the conditions as such, but when it came, obviously nobody was ready for it. So I'm just glad I finished the race without any drama in the end. So that was, I'm happy with this.
Yeah, that was a great race. I mean, P5 to P2 is an amazing feat in this grid, so good race by you, and no penalties if I'm correct, so that's also an impressive achievement for a track like Mexico.
Thank you, thanks.
Yeah, so I think Vintage is here now.
Yes,
yes, so Vintage, before we carry on to Yash, Vintage, topsy-turvy, I think, a race. I think you were locked in this like strategic battle with the Aston Martins for the longest part of it, but you have managed to get a podium out of that. So just tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good battle with Mayank and Suraj. The Aston Martins kept me busy throughout the race. Congratulations to Mayank and Yash. Yash had a good drive from the back to the front. Yeah, that was about it. Just a chaotic race.
Yeah. Shadow, any questions you want to ask, man?
Yeah, Vintage. I didn't actually see you so much through the race, but I know you're pretty much in there the whole time. But like, yeah, how did it feel at the end, coming up all the way up to P3? Was it on penalties, or what kind of led to you getting up to P3?
No, actually, I was always on the run for the podium. I mean, from the start of the race. I would have probably ended up higher if I didn't get those two 5-second penalties under the safety car. But yeah, podium was always on the cards.
Oh, that's awesome. I have to say your pace has really improved since your first race in D1.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, you're looking like a front runner, and it's good to see you racing.
Thanks.
All right. Now moving on. The man who is probably in dreamland right now, because I think a couple of laps, even like 5 laps to go, he didn't even imagine being on the podium, yet alone giving this interview last. Yash, first of all, I have a couple of questions for you. The first one, were you on a party chat with that soon?
I was.
All right. Secondly, how carefree were you driving in these last 2 laps to pull that 5 seconds gap? Not even 2 laps, it's like a lap and a half. Um,
Yeah, a lap rather, because I overtook him, and I wouldn't say I was carefree because